Hi, I'm Demetria, author of Mompreneurs and Heels, a guide to passionate, purposeful blogging found in Amazon. Join me every month as I and my fabulous guests help you to discover business clarity and how to turn your profitable passion into a plan of action. You're listening to the Her Business Elevated podcast, episode number 13. This episode is going to be awesome because we're going to be talking about something that I think a lot of solopreneurs are thinking about and dealing with. And that is the topic of how not to be a lonely solopreneur. So how do you make those connections in order to grow your online business? So that's what this episode is about. Before I get started, I do want to share with you that if you are listening over in iTunes and Spotify, you are also welcome to come over to my YouTube channel at Mompreneurs and Heels. That's the name of the channel. And you can actually see this podcast being recorded by video. So that's one option for you. And if you're here on my YouTube channel, then you're welcome also to subscribe both on Spotify and on iTunes. So I welcome you to listen to this podcast in any way that you choose is the best way for you. I know that I like to listen and watch, and sometimes it's hard for me to watch, so it's easier to listen when you're on the go. I do like the option of being able to see a podcast once in a while, so I would invite you to do that. Once again, that YouTube channel is called Mompreneurs and Heels, and you can find that over on my YouTube channel. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get started. Now, I know a lot of you are solopreneurs, and what that means is that you are doing business predominantly on your own, and you are offering your products and you're offering your services, and you probably don't have a huge team of people working with you. Maybe you have a few select people that are helping you with certain tasks and projects. But for the most part, you are doing this on your own. And so once you get to the point where you start to grow a team, you will start to change a lot of your routines and how you do things, because you'll be expanding and giving a lot of what you do. A lot of your projects and tasks will be delegated out to those who can help you. But when you're first getting started in business, or when you're just at a point in your business where you're not ready yet to grow a team and you're still doing this on your own, that's called being a solopreneur. And so although I do have a few select people that help me with some projects, for the most part, I've been solo for many, many years. Now that is changing, but as for now, at this recording, I am basically solo. And so there are three things that I want to encourage you to do if you're a solopreneur, you're out here on your own. And even if you're an entrepreneur who you have a team and you just happen to really kind of feel like you're out here by yourself, feeling a little bit lonely, and you need to make some connections. I want to give you some ideas as to how you can begin to make those connections with people that are on the same page with you and that can help you in your career and your growth. And the first piece of advice I have for you is to connect with others in your field virtually. So we're going to start with virtual connections, because that is what a lot of us are doing now. We are online, we are virtual, and a lot of our services and products are being sold virtually. So we want to be able to connect with those in our field of interest through platforms, social media platforms such as Facebook groups, LinkedIn, web conferences, and there are a couple of other ideas I have for you that I'm going to talk about as well. But with Facebook groups, I found that there are so many options, and I'm never lacking a group to join. There's always a group for almost anything that I can think of that I might be interested in. So if I want to, this serves me well as an entrepreneur. If I want to grow in my field, if I want to meet other people who are interested in what I'm interested in, and that I can grow by listening to them, by asking questions, and I can grow by helping others by answering questions in those Facebook groups, then it's to my advantage if I join these groups, right? So the first thing that I recommend is that you go into Facebook. If you don't have an account, go ahead and create one. It doesn't have to be your personal account. You can just create an account that's just for business, or create an account where you can stay have a really low profile if you just don't want to be out there on Facebook, but have an account. And that way you can make connections through Facebook groups, and you'll be able to join those groups that you feel will be relevant to your professional growth. Once you join those groups, start to really get involved in the groups. Don't just join and leave. Don't just join and then stay quiet and sort of snoop around and not say anything. I think it's called lurking. If you really want to get out of the group something that's going to be valuable to you and your business growth, then you need to provide that as well. So you only get out of it what you put into it, right? So try to check maybe once or twice a week, or if it's every day, then do that and see what's going on in these groups so that you can provide value to those who are asking questions, and you can also receive value from those who are answering the questions that you might actually have. It's also great to do a search. There's a search box in every Facebook group. So search the questions that you have that may have already been answered, and this will help you to grow professionally. So there's no reason for you to feel lonely in your entrepreneur journey, even as a solopreneur. Okay, so you can join these groups and you can get the help you need, and you can provide help to others as well. It's also a great way, if the groups allow you, depending upon their specific rules, it's also a great way for you to be able to join in on mixers and, be able to exchange information with other people who may need what you're providing. So if there's an opportunity to share your business, if there's maybe fantastic Fridays or fabulous Fridays or share Tuesdays or work it Wednesdays, there's different little ways that these groups will present how you should talk about your business or whether or not you're able to. So they might provide a day for you to share your business, and find out what those days are. Make a database of all of the groups you're involved in and see what day you can share what with which group. So if you're organized with that, you can definitely be on cue when those particular groups say it's okay for you to share, and you'll know this is my day that I can post something at XYZ group. So just keeping on top of that. And that's a great way not only to grow in your field, but to also perhaps get some clients for your business. Okay, so that's Facebook. The other social media platform is LinkedIn. Now, my husband I would consider him a LinkedIn expert. He has so many followers there. So if I have any LinkedIn questions, I always ask my husband. By the way, if you want to follow him, his account is Bob Fabian Zinga on LinkedIn. And so he knows a lot about how to gain traction there. He's running a podcast on LinkedIn, and he's just doing the whole LinkedIn thing. A lot of the jobs that our family has received or that he's received has been as a result of his LinkedIn account and profile. So I think that that's a great way to grow professionally by connecting with others in your field. There are also LinkedIn groups. So join a LinkedIn group and see what's going on in those groups. See how you can, again, just like with Facebook, how you can contribute to the conversations or how you can receive the support that you need. And there's also LinkedIn Learning. I really love that. I have subscribed to LinkedIn Learning just so that I can continue to grow professionally. But as far as connection goes, you want to join groups, you want to comment on others' posts, you want to congratulate people for milestones they made in their career. You just want to be involved in conversations related to your field. Okay, now that's LinkedIn. Now there are lots of web conferences. Let's say you are a life coach. And that is your career choice, then you'll want to see what types of life coach conferences are out there right now at this moment and what's coming up on the horizon, and get involved by jumping on board and seeing how you can register for these conferences so that you can be a part of it. You want to make sure that you're expanding your reach and that you are opening up your world to opportunities that would not have been a thing had you not been a part of that conference. So jump in on those conferences when you can, especially ones that are low cost or free. That's a great way to get your feet wet with web conferences and just see what's out there and start to mix with others who are like-minded. So, for example, I recently attended a virtual blogging conference. Was extremely helpful. I was able to learn about so many people in the blogging world that I didn't know about before. And because of that, my world is opened up to them and they will be hearing from me and vice versa. I also plan to attend some podcasting conferences and definitely want to attend a website design conference or two. So it's really important that you open your world to these opportunities because you'll end up meeting people that you would never have otherwise. And it helps you to make those connections. You never know what kind of connections that you will make. Maybe have a big client down the pipeline because you attended a web conference. So that's important. And then another thing that I like to do in connecting with others in my field is to attend planning and strategy sessions. So at one of my conferences, or one of the conferences that I attended recently, was a blogging conference. And as a result of that, I was able to attend a planning and strategy session with that group. And it was really enlightening for me, and I loved it because I was able to work on some of the goals that I had set forth with a group of people who are also doing the same thing. We were all planning out our blog posts. We were all working together on just different aspects of blogging and using that time to strategize. And I just thought that was the coolest thing, to work alongside others who are also doing the same thing you're doing. So that's important. That can be done virtually, by the way. So you don't have to worry about, I've got to get on a plane and get to this location in order to have a beautiful planning session, in order to attend an awesome event. You can do these things virtually if that is what you prefer. Now, my second tip for you is to meet in person. And this is helpful because it gives you another dynamic. So if you're meeting in person with those who are in your field, who are leaders in your field, okay, so you're going to be able to really network on a different level because now you're face to face. And this makes a huge difference. So in the past, at blogging conferences and also education conferences I've attended, it was really helpful to be able to shake the hands of people who I had only been talking to virtually online, and to be able to see them in person and talk to them in person and glean from their wisdom in person was just phenomenal. So that's something that I would totally recommend to you in your career growth and as you pursue moving forward in your career. So meeting in person, you can find these types of groups on meetup.com. I have found quite a few local groups that I can meet up with right here in my area. So that's a start. And you just want to make sure that you find out what conferences are happening, what meetups are happening, and attend those and try to network as much as possible, because you just never know who needs what you have. Your clients are out there. They're out there. They need you. They need your support. So it's just about you getting out there and networking. Thirdly, and lastly, I want to share that another way that you cannot be so lonely as a solopreneur is to work outside of your home. So I know a lot of us have our home offices all set up and squared away. My studio is right here in this room, and this is where I'm most comfortable recording. It's where I'm most comfortable working and planning out my sessions. However, there are times that it gets a little bit too boxed in and I need to get out, right? Sometimes we need to just get some fresh air or get a change of scenery. So I like to work outside of my home office at least twice a week. And that means a co-working space, a library, or a coffee shop. Now, I'm suggesting a co-working space if that is something you have available to you in your area, but that's also extremely pricey. So a lot of times just going to a coffee shop or going to a really nice eatery that has a place where you can eat and have coffee and do your work is great, because that way you sort of feel, or at least from my perspective and in my experience, I enjoy feeling that a sense of being amongst community, even if it's not my particular community, right? It's just that I'm there and I feel the sense of the people around me who are also on their laptops and working on their prospective projects, whatever those are. I don't know these people and I don't know what they're working on, but I like that we're all together in one spot at the coffee shop and we're all working. And that just feels good. It feels good to me. And I kind of get a little bit of energy from being around others who are doing the same thing I'm doing. So we're all having our coffee. We're all doing our work. Sometimes the library is nice in that it's really quiet and I can really, really focus well at the library. But I prefer being at coffee shops because, again, there's that buzz. You smell the coffee beans and you hear the music and it's just a nice vibe for me to work with. And so I really just like being around people, and it can get really stuffy when I'm in my same home environment day after day after day after day. There are times I absolutely need to be in my home office, but there are times that I just feel the need to get out. And those are the days that I have my coffee shop days. And so I hope some of this has helped you, or maybe sparked an interest in maybe changing up things for yourself a little bit so that you get out more. If you're a solopreneur, maybe you feel that you are running into some feelings of monotony and boredom. And I just want to give you a few ideas that can help to change the way you view your life as an entrepreneur who's doing a lot of things on your own. That's why, being a solopreneur can be a little bit taxing, because you are doing things solo. You're doing a lot of things on your own. And if you don't have a huge team to begin with, then these are some tips that can help you to not get stuck in the monotony of the everyday task and feeling lonely and feeling drained. So you have to find ways to connect with other people to people, right? We need interaction and we need each other. And so that's a start. Until you can start building a team, then being around other people is just a great way to get your leverage, and attending these conferences and getting online on Facebook groups and getting on LinkedIn groups, going in person to these meetups through meetup.com, or attending local mixers and networking. This can all be a very relieving thing for those of us who are working so hard and so long, on our own. So it's nice to have others to talk to and to bounce ideas off of each other. So I absolutely love my planning sessions. I love when I'm, on my Zoom calls with groups of people who are in the same field as me, and we can talk with each other about what it feels like to kind of be these solopreneurs doing our thing and building our businesses. And so I just want to encourage you that this is something you can do. Don't get burned out. Don't give up because it feels lonely, but just continue to push through that feeling, because before long, you're going to be able to build your team. You're going to be able to bring people on that can help you to move forward in your business endeavors, and it won't feel so lonely in the future. Okay. And so that's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for listening. I do have a course for you. If you are interested in creating digital products for your business, maybe your service provider, maybe you're thinking of adding some additional products onto your services that you already provide, I have created a course for you. It's the Create Your Digital Products course, and it's available for you to learn how to create your products, whether it's audio, video, or ebooks. I have in this course explained everything about creating your digital product and how to put it on sale, how to create sales pages, how to market it so that you can expand your business with these products. Now, I don't want you to feel like creating these products is going to be the one and done thing, the thing that's going to really boost your business. It could be, but my goal is to show you that you can add these products into your business, and it can be definitely a way that you can create another stream of passive income. So I'm not, all about ditching your services so that you can only focus on products, unless that's something you want to do. I just really feel that adding these products onto what you already are doing can be very, very beneficial to your business. So if you're interested in learning how to create them and market them, then I have that course available to you. I also have just recently relaunched my web design services in addition to what I've already been offering through my coaching. So you guys know that I coach female entrepreneurs, women predominantly. I teach you how to create a profitable income using what God has placed in your heart. So your passion and your purpose. Okay. So this is what I do. And I also teach you how to find your customer avatar so that you're talking to the right people and that you're not just barking up the wrong tree. You want to make sure that you have a heart aligned business, that everything you do is coming from your soul, that you're not creating something that doesn't really align with what you want and what you were created to do, that it flows, so that when you start working your business, it really, really flows, and you can wake up in the morning and talk about it all day. You can help people with your eyes closed because it flows so well for you and you just love it so much. So that's what I do. I help women to tap into that heart aligned business, to find the right people to market to. And beyond that, you kind of need to start launching, right? You need to launch your business. So I have decided that since so many people have requested a website design, and I had placed that on hold and said that I didn't want to continue along that designing websites for a while. So I had taken a break from design, but I have decided that this is a great time and season for me to relaunch that aspect of my business. So I will also be providing the website design service. You can find out more about that currently at demetriazinga.com/webdesign. And with time, there will be an entire website devoted just to my design services, and that's being created as well as we speak. But those services are being offered. So if you're looking for a brand new design, if you want to refresh, then I can do your branding as well as set you up on WordPress with Elementor. I also use Divi. If you're using Squarespace, I can help with that. I have worked in Wix. I have worked in a variety of different online atmospheres. So my specialty is WordPress and Elementor and Divi as far as the page builders. But if you have some other platform that you're coming from or that you want to move to, I can most likely help you with that and getting your hosting and everything. So I'm here for you in that regards. And that's why I'm currently building my team out to help me with this as well. So being a solopreneur won't be quite so solo for me in the upcoming months, because I am starting to build out more help so that I can expand my services for you guys. I really hope that this has been helpful to you, that you've enjoyed learning about how to connect with others, that you won't be feeling so lonely in the weeks and months to come, and that you feel encouraged in your business. And that's all I have for you today, and to your online business success.